Hi everyone, Mary here. So this is a very quick 9-minute video. Just that it's 9 minutes should tell you that it's quick. So it's a little redundant there, but anyway. So in this video, I'm going to complete painting the underpainting with the tainted gesso, and I'm going to be taking additional measurements focusing mainly on the head, beak, and legs. And as I make adjustments, you're going to see that by using gesso, I can change proportions. I can make those changes. I can change lines. And what the gesso does is it covers it completely. Sometimes it takes 1 or 2 applications to give it full coverage, but just with the first swipe down, the first layer down, you can begin to change your lines and not worry about the paint underneath it. So that's the gesso for this painting was really important. It really helped me very much. I don't know if it would have gone as smooth as it had without it. So, you can cover it. I could have covered it with acrylic paint, but the gesso has something added to it that makes it like gritty. And for some reason, it adhered better to the silver leafing. So it made it, it's going to make the acrylic paint that I will then put on over it adhere much better to the canvas. So enough said about that. So as you see me change my lines and my parameters, I'm making some changes. You'll see here. I'm taking new measurements in some cases. I'm double checking myself. I really took my time on this, and it was very tedious in some cases, and I wanted to just say, oh, let's just leave well enough alone. But I just kept going. I just said, no, this is, I need to do this, and I want to do this. I want to do it the right way. So paying this much attention to the detail it will pay off, and I can already see that it has, just by the way it looks right now. After this video is over, you'll see it. So I'm pretty proud of this piece right now, and I'm not even done with it yet. So I guess what I'm saying is, yay gesso! It's just wonderful, and it's excellent to have. I can't imagine not being able to use it. So that being said, there is another approach that I'm going to try in the next painting, which I'm already prepping the canvas for that, and I'm going to be using gold leaf for that. My subject, what I'm going to be doing instead of laying down all the gold leaf as I did in this case, is I'll put my underpainting, probably either yellow ochre or red ochre. I will do the underpainting. I will sketch and then paint on the subject, and then I'll apply the gold leafing after. I've seen that done, and I'm curious to know how that will work out. It sounds like it will be easier. It sounds like I will not use of course, I won't be using as many sheets of the gold leafing, but that's not what it's about. I'm curious to know if it would be easier, the pros and the cons of it, of both ways, of doing it both ways. Because when you look real closely at this painting, and I like the effect, and there are parts of it where you can see the silver leaf underneath the painting, underneath the gesso. And I'm not going to fight that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fight that because I like the effect. So I'm going to use it. Well, I hate this word exploit, but I'm going to exploit that, and to the benefit of the painting, for aesthetic value. So as I said, the legs gave me a particularly, I don't know, I just really, it sounds so silly, but here you have this big body, this big long neck, but the legs I worked probably the longest on those legs. I can't help but laugh at that. But I'm really happy the way they came out. So it was worth it. I just kept measuring and remeasuring, and I was really getting a hang of it. Then I took out, as you see, I have my T-ruler here. And I said, that made a big difference when I took that out. And I don't have one of those radius rulers that you can, check your radius and sort of get even more exact. I basically just tried to keep it, kind of slide it down to keep it similar, the angle, as best I could. Now, I mean, this is a living, breathing bird. It's going to move its leg, it's going to go up and down. But I was trying to paint, like I said, as close to the photo as I could. And but if it's like I say, like I said in the last video, if it's off a little bit here and there, that's okay. That's okay. It's a live subject. I'm not trying to paint a picture. I'm trying to paint the subject that's in the picture. And so the T-ruler and the proportional divider and the different methods that you can use to draw a subject onto a canvas, use those. Find out, there are several techniques, so find out which one works the best for you and run with it. Give it a shot. This happened to be, instead of making, there was one where you make several like cubes, like squares, and throughout the whole thing, and you could use each square as your guide. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to cover this whole canvas in squares. So I used the approach, and I'll put a link in here and a couple of links where they explain this method, and you can look it up and decide which one's the best one. There's one that I found where it explains, there's like 3 different ways that you can lay a subject onto a canvas, draw it in, and you pick which one that works for you, and then that's the one that you'll be the most comfortable using, as I was with this. So I'm getting really excited at this point, because when I'm taking all my measuring and I'm painting in the gesso and I'm moving things around, I can see I'm getting closer and closer, and I'm getting more and more excited, because then the fun part, not that this was fun right from the start, but the fun part of painting in the final stretch of just the paint without the gesso, and that's going to be fun, I hope. Because there's a lot of detail that I have to decide if I want to use or leave out. I have to decide exactly how detail oriented I want to get this. I probably should have laid down some gesso and just some white on a big the parameters that I wanted to put this bird into. But I am very I don't know what the word is. I tend to, like I said, I get an idea and I run with it. I love paint. I love everything about paint. I probably should have, would have, could have, painted the very last instead of using the gesso to go over and over and over. But I was not, I was having fun. I was experimenting. I didn't mind. I knew the gesso would cover it, and I was having a really good time. So, there's probably a more methodical way of doing this. In fact, I know there is. But we do what makes us happy, and this made me happy, and I think it's going to make a fine painting, and that's it, So I'm coming to the end here, and you'll see where I ended up. And the next step now is the final, which is painting over it with just the acrylic paint, and then we're finished. I say that like it's going to be so easy. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope this helped. Take what you need and leave the rest. I'll be talking to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.